Right now at 10, a college in southeast Kansas getting closer to wrapping up a major expansion project. Plus,
cats from all over are here in Neosho to show off their stuff. I'm Bronte Sorotsky with what the Cat Show is all about.
Also, want to learn how to grow your garden? We're heading to the Joplin Empire Market for a class aimed at just that, and we're going to take you to a special Easter egg hunt in Neosho. You're watching the KOAM News at 10, and it starts right now. And thank you for joining us. I'm Chris Warner. A new athletic complex at Labette Community College in Parsons is nearing completion. The final piece of the Pathways to the Future campaign was to expand and create a true athletic complex on campus. The original gym was built in the 1980s and was not big enough to accommodate all the programs in athletics that Labette offered. The gym has since been renovated and work is progressing on an addition to house a number of programs for the campus.
You know, our coaches have done an amazing job in the past of recruiting students, but they come to campus and they're like, wow, my high school was nicer than this. And you know, that's not what you want to hear. We're a college and we do amazing things and are creating future leaders in the community and beyond. And we want to have the facilities to have a first-class experience for those students, just like they deserve.
Forbes says they're looking forward to a building dedication this fall for the new athletic complex. If you're looking to get into gardening, the Joplin Empire Market has you covered. Eric Osen, a master gardener with the University of Missouri Extension Office, is teaching a series of beginning gardening classes. Each class will cover different aspects of gardening. Throughout the series, Osen will give expert advice for anyone to learn how to grow their own food.
There's always concerns about food security and being able to, feed your family, and this is a healthy outdoor family activity. This is something that you could do with your kids, your grandkids, to spend time with them.
The classes will take place at the Webb City Farmers Market, Joplin Empire Market, and the Joplin Public Library. For more details on the classes, you can head over to our website, that's KOAMnewsnow.com. Cat lovers from all over came to Neosho to show off their pets and to learn more about different cat breeds. KOAM's Bronte Sorotsky checked out the Cat Show and spoke with some cat lovers about their feline friends.
The Cat Fanciers Association is the world's largest registry of pedigree cats, and they came to Neosho to give breeders a chance to show off their animals.
This is Longmire. His name's Pertopia Longmire. He's a grand champion and he's an exotic short hair.
Lisa Thorstensen is the president of Show Me Cat Fanciers and put on Saturday's Cat Show. She's also the owner of Longmire, who's been shown all across the country.
Right now he's ranking in the Midwest region top 25 cats, so he should get a regional win this year since our show season ends on April 30th.
The Cat Fanciers Association is equivalent to the American Kennel Club for dogs, and different cats were judged on various standards.
It's a lot of community awareness about the different breeds of the cats that we have.
Cat lovers from all over came out to see what the Springtime in the Ozarks Cat Show was all about.
Yes, my shirt! So this is one of my cats. Her name is Gypsum. We name all our cats after minerals or elements. And my roommates, our cousins, got us this shirt and I love it.
Jadith James loves cats, especially her own, but says she was also able to learn more about different cat breeds.
Oh, the cats are gorgeous. And I have been so impressed at how they're all so well behaved. Yes, the Maine Coons and the Siamese are my favorite.
Tyler Binkley came from Milan, Missouri to check out some cats he's never seen.
There's lots of different breeds, some that we've never seen before. There's lots of long-haired ones and really big ones, really small ones, short-haired ones, skinny ones. So there's a lot of cats to see.
With over 100 cats at the show, attendees got a better understanding of the world of pedigree cats and about all the different breeds out there. In Neosho, Bronte Sorotsky, KOAM News.
This is the second cat show in Neosho by the Cat Fanciers Association. We had an absolutely gorgeous day to get out and do any of the things that were going on today. Nick Kelly joins us.
We certainly did, Chris. We just had to get past the freezing cold start that we had this morning, but the quiet skies that we've had all day long that we're still seeing from 7th and Rangeline really helped the thermometer kick upstairs. 30 in the morning, topping out almost near 70 this afternoon. We did that thanks to mostly sunny skies, a dry air mass, and a good south wind in place. That'll really kick into gear tomorrow. But we're just seeing some high-level clouds filter on in ahead of our approaching frontal system. First, the warm front will work on through. Then our focus will be on the cold front stretching across the Rockies. That's what's going to give us our next best shot for rain and storms almost by this time tomorrow night. Short term though, we've got 50s and some lower 60s on the board. This time around, we're not going into the freezer. We're only going to drop back into the lower to middle 50s, dropping around 54. We're dry throughout much of the day tomorrow, Chris, with highs near 77, but we've got that front out west eager to bring storms in. We'll time that out and look at the rest of the week here in a few.
All right, Nick, thank you. Well, Easter's next weekend. Do you know what that means? Easter egg hunts. Kids of all ages are going to hunt eggs for prizes and candy, but what about these guys, our dogs? Well, All Dogs Dream in the O Show decided to host a dog Easter egg hunt. Dogs from small to large gathered to sniff out plastic Easter eggs with peanut butter on them. They even had a chance to win prizes like baths, nail trimmings, and more.
We always have kid Easter egg hunts. Thought it would be really cute to try it with the dogs and see how many of them actually show interest and go and hunt for them. We are putting peanut butter on the plastic eggs to try to entice the dogs to find them in the yard.
Anyone from the community was able to attend and bring their furry four-legged friend. About 300 kids gathered this morning at Lincoln Park to grab as many eggs as they could get filled with treats. Pittsburgh Parks and Recreation put on an Easter egg hunt for the community.
Today's just about the kids, getting them out here, getting them engaged in outdoors, and then of course the hunt. All the kids love the hunt.
There were 6 different fields participating in the egg hunts, ages ranging from 0 to 11 years. Funeral services were held Saturday in St. Louis for a 14-year-old teenager killed at an Orlando theme park. Tyree Sampson fell to his death from the free fall ride at Icon Park in Orlando, Florida last month. Now, while the investigation into his cause of death continues, it was time for his friends and family to lay him to rest. Ryan Henson has more.
I know that it's tough. I know that it's rough and it's unfair.
Hundreds attended the homegoing services for 14-year-old Tyree Sampson.
There's a lot of love here. There's a lot of support. It's terrible. It's a tragedy. It's something that no mother should ever have to go through.
A big boy at 6'4", 325 pounds, on the path for greatness on the football field. Reggie Rice says he'll always carry his younger cousin in his heart.
He stayed asking me no matter what, every time we play football, what you want to do when you get older, or like who you want to be like when you get older. I'm like, I don't know who you want to be like. He said, nobody. I'm going to be myself.
Bigger than his physique, his larger-than-life personality.
I would always tease him about the size of his shoe, and he would joke it off and laugh it off, and I was like, what size, what size is your shoe? And he'd be like a 17, stayed real proud.
One of Tyree's former teachers made 70-plus buttons just like this one to remember the larger-than-life team. Vita Weekly says Tyree was growing into a great young man and a leader. He helped younger students at City Garden Montessori School. She hopes his loss helps others heal and grow.
And I pray that somebody in this situation learns from this.
A family lawyer, prominent civil rights attorney Ben Crump has called Sampson's death, quote, completely preventable. Sampson's death was captured on video, which Crump calls the worst he has ever seen, with the exception of the torture death of George Floyd. The ride, billed as the tallest freestanding drop tower on Earth, is still shut down as investigators continue to try and figure out exactly what happened. And we take this time now to honor one of our many four-state heroes. Staff Sergeant Amy Schaefer is currently serving in the Army in Kuwait, her hometown, Neosho. And we're proud to recognize Amy Schaefer, tonight's four-state hero. Up next, Amazon taking issue over the results of a recent labor organization vote. Amazon taking issue over the results of a recent labor organization vote. The tech and e-commerce giant filing an objection to their employees' decision to form a union at the Staten Island, New York location. Amazon asking the National Labor Relations Board to hold a new election after claiming organizers intimidated employees, recorded voters at voting places, and even gave marijuana in exchange for support. Amazon also accused the NLRB of failing to maintain integrity and neutrality of the voting. An electric car maker proclaims new self-driving technology will shift mass transportation into the sustainable future. Tesla CEO Elon Musk saying Thursday in Austin, Texas, that his company will help produce a fully autonomous urban robotaxi. The sample looks have been seen in Musk's company renderings. The tall cars could have large windows, sliding doors with the seats facing to the front and sides, and no driver controls. No timetable for development has yet been given. Another multinational tech company stops business with Russia over its invasion of Ukraine. Computer chip maker Intel is suspending business operations inside Russia after stopping shipments of their products to the country in March. Tech giant says it's also implemented business continuity measures to keep disruption to its global operations to a minimum. Intel now joins a growing list of Western tech companies such as IBM, Dell Technologies, and HP that have curtailed or cut off business with Russia. Trains were not running out of eastern Ukraine's Kramatorsk railway station Saturday after a missile attack killed at least 52 people who were hoping to flee the region. Instead, residents boarded buses or looked for other ways to leave the area where Russia is expected to wage the next stage of its unrelenting war on Ukraine. CBS News correspondent Elise Preston reports from New York.
Civilians are struggling to find alternate ways to evacuate eastern Ukraine after a suspected Russian missile strike killed dozens and wounded more than 100 at a train station. The victims were trying to leave the region ahead of an expected Russian onslaught in its war on Ukraine. British military intelligence says Russia continues to hit Ukrainian non-combatants. Britain's Prime Minister Boris Johnson made a surprise visit to Ukraine Saturday and walked through the capital, Kyiv, with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. On Sunday's 60 Minutes, Zelensky speaks with Scott Pelley.
What evidence is there of war crimes across Ukraine? The Ukrainian Security Service has intercepted communications, he told us. There are Russian soldiers talking to their parents about what they stole and who they abducted. There are recordings of Russian prisoners of war who admitted to killing people.
In a Boston vigil, long rows of children's shoes symbolize the war's youngest casualties. In New York City, a group held a mostly silent protest.
To bring attention to the fact that Russian soldiers in Ukraine are raping women and children. They are torturing men, women, and children, and they are murdering everything that they see in sight.
As it ended, the event was punctuated by a collective scream, organizers say, to give voice to the pain of the Ukrainian people. Elise Preston, CBS News, New York.
U.S. intelligence officials reportedly have assessed that Russian President Vladimir Putin may use the Biden administration's support for Ukraine as a pretext to order a new campaign to interfere in American politics. Intelligence agencies have so far not found any evidence that Putin has authorized measures similar to those Russia used in the 2016 presidential election. Later on the news at 10, a nice spring day near Los Angeles means it's snack time for a bear and some sun in the driveway.
And we will see some peaks of the sun to warm us up tomorrow, but this is our next storm system on the way in tonight. We'll break that down in the full forecast next.
The winning.
It was nice that we were able to warm things up quite a bit after we had a bit of a freeze this morning. We'll break down the numbers as we go along, but you can't help but deny how quiet it still looks from Indigo Sky Casino and Resort, our live shot just outside of Seneca, Missouri. It's that quiet sky that we've held all day long. Combine that with dry humidity and a good breeze out of the south today. That really helped us out compared to yesterday's highs in the upper 40s and lower 50s after we had a start near 30 this morning, upper 20s to lower 30s elsewhere. Look at how we catapulted into the upper 60s to near 70 this afternoon. We'll turn even warmer tomorrow, but that will be ahead of returning storm chances by tomorrow night. Right now, though, quiet as can be from 7th and Rangeline, at least from the skies up top. The breeze still a little up there at southeast at 10 miles per hour, but it's keeping Joplin at 60 degrees right now with that humidity still quite low at 31%. We are seeing temperatures already trying to sneak back into the upper 40s around Stockton Lake, but that's going to be where the cooler numbers will be as we go throughout the course of the night. Everybody else sitting in the mid 50s to lower 60s at 10:19 on this Saturday night. And thankfully, these numbers won't tumble back into the deep freeze tonight like we had to deal with this morning. That's because our south breeze is lighting up a little bit, but it's going to pick back up somewhat overnight and certainly for tomorrow. So this time we're only going to drop back most of us into the 50s before we go into the 70s tomorrow. Right now we're just seeing some high level clouds filter in from central and western parts of Kansas, but nothing underneath the clouds for now. However, here's our warm front, part of our next storm system. That's going to sweep on through, and that will definitely make sure we go into the 70s tomorrow. Then we got this cold front stretching across the rest of the Rocky Mountains, along with this upper low sitting over Idaho. Both of those are going to work together, head our way tomorrow evening and tomorrow night, and that'll set us up for returning thunderstorm chances, some of which could pack a bit of a punch. But again, we're dry as can be for the rest of the night. Some increasing clouds, sure, but again, nothing underneath the clouds. Most of us in the lower to middle 50s to start your Palm Sunday morning out. And here we are at noontime, lower 70s across the board to start the afternoon out. Then we'll push into the upper 70s. I wouldn't be surprised if a few spots hit 80 tomorrow because that south wind at 15 to 25, some gusts near 35 at times. But around Joplin, let's say 54 in the morning, 72 by noon. Not bad tomorrow with highs topping out around 77. Now we focus after the quiet day on Sunday evening. Here's 7 o'clock, that northwest turn of the wind, that's our cold front. Out ahead of it, we'll watch for some scattered storms that could be strong to severe with wind and hail. And then we've got better chances for rain and storms that will overtake parts of the region as we go into Monday morning. And then the expectation will this be to taper off as we go into Monday afternoon. Oh, didn't mean to do that, everybody. I did want to point this out before we see how much rain we get out of this first system. There is a minimal to low severe threat. You can see how the better severe threat is just to the east of the region from Springfield almost to the western parts of the St. Louis area. For us, though, we'll keep an eye on storms between 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, 3 a.m. Monday morning. I think that's the general time frame for the strongest of the storms, mainly capable of wind, hail, some heavy rainfall. Tornado threat is looking very low, but still something we'll watch. As far as potential rain amounts, 1/4 inch on the low end to maybe 1.5 inches on the high end. And it'll all depend on how the heavy rain sets up and tracks on through. But then once that system clears out, we're not done for the coming week. We've got Tuesday. We'll deal with some scattered storms during the day, then maybe potentially strong to severe storms Tuesday night going into Wednesday. We'll be dry for Thursday, and then staying active. Here comes another system with thunderstorm chances to keep an eye on for Good Friday and Saturday as we head toward the Easter holiday weekend. But despite all these rain chances we'll have to keep an eye on throughout the week, temperatures don't look too terrible, really. 77 tomorrow, mid-60s Monday, back near 80 Tuesday, then lower to middle 60s as we start heading toward the start of the Easter holiday weekend, Chris.
And of course, with all these storm chances, it's an excellent time. If you don't have the Skywatch weather app, make sure you have it now. So
free of charge, easy to set up, and it's the best way to keep ahead of these storms.
Yeah, Nick, thank you so much. Turning to sports, Missouri Southern softball on a 4-game win streak.
They head to rival Pittsburgh State for a pair of games today. Plus, it's green versus white at Missouri Southern's annual spring game. Those highlights next. Never too early to talk a little college football. The Missouri Southern Lions are coming off their best season since 2014, and today we get a little taste of what the upcoming fall might look like. Missouri Southern hits the field today for their annual spring game. A little trickery early in the first. Luke Sampson finds Ezekiel Lang for a 31-yard touchdown reception, his first of 2 touchdowns today. White team up 7-0. Then white team back in the red zone. Dawson Hurl connects with Deontay Campbell for 6. Next possession for green. Coleman Booker is there with the pick. He gets 2 interceptions in the game. And later Hurl goes back to Campbell. He reels it in one-handed. What a catch. It's all white team in this one. They get the win over green 28-3.
He's a young man that came in and he's had the right mindset the entire time. He wants to get better. He wants to make our team better, and he's a phenomenal athlete.
He's made a big impact for us, and we're happy to have him here. So I think he'll be a big part of our offense this year. He's a big guy. He'll catch pretty much anything that comes to him, and he's a little faster. So it's always nice to have a little faster tight end.
Missouri Southern and Pittsburgh State hit the field today for some rivalry softball action. The Lions entered the day ranked 6th in the MIAA and on a 4-game winning streak. Pitt State has home field advantage, hosting Southern for a doubleheader. In game 1, 2 on for Leighton Withers. This one is gone. 3-run jack. Lions out in front. Later, Tristan Hinkle hits it back up the middle. RBI single scores Madison Zemansky. 3-2 Lions. Third inning, Withers takes it all the way to the wall for a double. Yasmin Vargas comes home. Next batter, Ashlyn Williams gets her 4th homer of the year. Another 3-run shot for Southern. The Lions hang on to take game 1 7-4. Southern stays hot in game 2, blanking Pittsburgh State 10-0 in 5 innings. Yasmin Vargas hits a 3-run home run, and that's the Lions' 3rd today. Kristen Wade goes 2 for 2 with 3 RBI. That's 6 straight wins for Southern. They're 10-4 in the MIAA. Southern baseball also on the road this weekend. Tough series at 4th-ranked Central Missouri. The Lions fell in the series opener 21-6, trying to put that behind them. Today, Tommy Stevenson homers in the 4th. The Lions hang on to the lead through 5.5, but ultimately they fall 3-2. Pitt State evens the series with Rogers State today, beating the Hillcats 7-5. The Gorillas took the lead in the 5th with a 5-run inning. Then Caden Fowler hit a go-ahead home run in the 7th. He finishes the day a perfect 3 for 3 with 2 RBI and 2 runs. Brett Daly also drives in 2. That's it for sports. Up next, a bear enjoying the sun in LA.
Well, a nice spring day near Los Angeles means it's snack time for a bear and some driveway sunshine. This bear was seen in La Cañada, Flint Ridge, munching down on what appears to be a pumpkin right at a home's front door. As temperatures get warmer across the country, there's more wild bears waking up from hibernation, and environmental experts say the best way to prevent bears from getting near your home is to bear-proof your trash cans and not to leave trash, groceries, or pet food in your cars. Definitely some good advice. As you know, we've had bear sightings here in the 4 states as well, so don't leave any of those things in your car. Ever.
I don't want any bears near me, so I'll take the precautions.
It is definitely a good idea. Some precautions may be necessary for the weather coming up.
Yeah, not for tonight or for much of tomorrow, though. We're dry through much of the day. Highs warm, you're 77, but late tomorrow evening, tomorrow night, Monday morning, we'll keep an eye on storms. Someone could back a punch, something we'll watch closely.
Nick, thank you. Danny, final check in sports.
Big win for Missouri Southern over their rivals, Pittsburgh State today. They sweep the doubleheader.
Nice job, guys. Thank you all so much, and thank you for making us part of your night.